Hello, this is Onoja Yakubu Ako. I'm reaching you live from the city of Glen Heights, Texas, United States of America. This is about 12 noon here now, whereas in Nigeria it's 6 p.m. This is about intellectual indaba. Intellectual indaba is a borrowed word from Zulu of South Africa. Zulu says indaba means the congregating of people for the fine-tuning of solution to societal challenges. When you coin these two together, intellectual and indaba, it says the thinking people, changing lives, changing the world. Indaba has come to stay. I am a protege of intellectual indaba. You see, I am a Nigerian. I came to the United States about 3 years ago. That's about 2 years, 9 months, 10 days. You see, when we say intellectual indaba, we are implying that the people of the society should think of new ideas of shaping the world. Me, I for one, 28 years ago, I had a research work as a research mathematician. After 28 years in the United States, I published this. This is all called equation science. This is my own indabalization. I've indabalized. It has a global application. This is a pioneered knowledge work. It's intellectual indaba from mathematics. It's premised on world structure. What is world structure? World structure is about the analysis and application of humanity house in affairs of the world. This is 520-page, 11 to 17 chapter book. We are looking forward to distributing this across the world in all universities, 1 million copies, and we're going to set up pilot centers of this. Pilot centers of this in a university in America and one in Nigeria to kickstart the revolution of equation science as it affects humanity. This is my own intellectual indaba. Okay, now, today we'll be looking at the honors of challenges as it affects global affairs. I and you, so we all know that the world as it is today is intellectual indaba. The world is intellectual indaba. Intellectual indaba is everywhere, right from the time of civilization to now and even permitting to the future. Yesterday was intellectual indaba. Today is intellectual indaba. Tomorrow is equally intellectual indaba. Everywhere people are indabalizing. Let's look at issues as it affects today's affairs. Let's start with intellectual indaba global at the United Nations. United Nations was formed on the premise of the Second World War. That was 24th of October, 1945. As it were now, by October next month, United Nations will be 73 years old. As we are speaking now, United Nations is deliberating on affairs of the world. As a matter of fact, the president of my country, Your Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, and some of his lieutenants, they are presently in United Nations deliberating. As a matter of fact, President Muhammadu Buhari, spoke on the 25th. Today is 27th. World leaders are congregating in United Nations to fine-tune solutions to challenges of society. Now, we all know that the whole world today now is plagued with what we call migration challenges. Africans emigrating to Europe to find greener pastures. They die in the high sea of Libya and Tunisia. Africans are dying in droves. What are the intellectual indabas that will solve this carnage on the high sea? They are there, they are hidden everywhere. What are the intellectual indabas from United Nations that will stop this unnecessary and avoidable deaths in the high sea? Let me give you a tip a tip on the icing. For instance, this debt on the high sea, Africans emigrating to Europe, is because of bad governance in Africa. Yeah, I'm not, addressing intellectual Indaba Africa. African Union, we're not doing enough. Leaders of African Union, the time has come that we should start pulling down old ideas and start lifting up new ideas and growing new ideas. This idea of pillaging the resources of Africa to personal use at the expense of the populace of Africa is an aberration. It's a travesty. This travesty, this aberration, this abnormality, this irregularity must stop. When we African leaders bring our ass together, we start indabalizing as it's supposed to be. Africans will not be dying on the high sea again. What is there in Europe that we don't have them in abundance in Africa? All we need to do is to harness and hone our resources. As a matter of fact, as a researcher, we found out that African resources is the peak globally. That is why, greed and avarice must stop in Africa. When we do this in consonance with the objective and missions of United Nations, the debt on the high sea will just, fizzle out. We know the issue of gun running, gun violence, human trafficking, drug trafficking, sex slaves, that is now a sore in the body politic of humanity all over the world. It's because the intellectual Indabas across the world, they have not come out to harness and to hold their resources. The essence of intellectual Indaba, one, is the network that will rescue humanity from the lowest pit to the peak of civilization. How are we going to do this? Intellectual Indaba is the congregation of thinkers, people with innovations, people with inventions to rescue humanity. The United Nations is vexed with so many challenges. As it is now today, United Nations is always talking about what we call multilateralism. What is multilateralism? Multilateralism versus unilateralism, where unilateralism is about a man standing and speaking on behalf of everybody, taking singular decision where it matters most, where everybody needs to congregate, because no man can make an island or can make a forest. Every human being needs every human being. As a matter of fact, one of the objectives of my coming to the United States is to execute my own invention. I call it the African technology. As a matter of fact, I call it URZ Talk TV. URZ is the congregation of the 8 arms of the world. We have religion, family, business, development, governance, ecosystem, academia, and potential. When you congregate this together, we have what we call the African technology. Why do I call it the African technology? It's very simple. I call it the African technology because as it is today, Africans have been, looked down upon. There are so many, saying outside there that Africans are no good. Africans are this and that. We are stopping it with intellectual Indaba. As a matter of fact, Indaba is the African presence on the global stage. Indaba has come to stay. As I'm talking to you now, there are intellectual Indabas in Nigeria. People that have this, they have the solution, the ready solution to pull down old ideas in Nigeria and step up new ideas with their inventions and innovations, either orally or politically, orally or tangibly. There are so many things we can do. Now, let me tell you something again about this Intellectual Indaba Global. Intellectual Indaba Global is everybody's responsibility. As a matter of fact, this world we're living in is about 7.5 billion people counting. That is to say, an individual can contribute beyond quantum leap in the affairs of the world. There are so many indabas on the streets. Intellectual indabas are not necessarily scholars. They are beyond scholars. Scholarship is the ability to read and write. Anybody that can read and write is a scholar. But not everybody can invent and innovate. This is where intellectual indabas come to play. Let me give you a very brief history. I and you know that the likes of, let me start from the civil rights movement. The likes of Mahatma Gandhi, who was a ready scholar in law, read the work of Leo Tolstoy, a Russian, who wrote a book about non-violence movement. From India to Russia, Mahatma Gandhi went to Russia to study under this man whose book was about non-violence. After reading this book, Mahatma Gandhi took the nuggets about non-violence, and to cut the whole story short, he gathered some group of guys. They championed independence, and India had their independence on non-violence. The school did not even stop there. A protege, rose up from United States, known as Martin Luther King Jr., wonderful man. He went to India to go and study under the leg of Mahatma Gandhi. He came back with the civil rights movement, and he challenged the status quo. What is that status quo? It's about racism. Racism is a sore spot in the body of humanity. Humanity is not a household. Humanity is a house. Who told you that a black man is better than a white man? Who told you, white man, that you are better than me, a black man? This is a travesty of civilization. This is an aberration. Martin Luther King Jr. was a reverend minister, a pastor in the house. He championed the cause of anti-racism. And today, that non-violence movement has really snowballed. The likes of Nelson Mandela pick a lesson from Martin Luther King Jr. Today, Mandela, we are celebrating his centenary birth, even though he died in 2013. 5 years after his death, Nelson Mandela is an iconic image from Africa that is already, planted on the global stage. The presence of Nelson Mandela, by virtue of his indabalization on the civil rights movement, is an ocean that everybody is swimming in. These are intellectual indabas on what I call the non-civil rights movement. They were not violent. They used their mental stamina. We call it grit. Grit is what intellectual indabas are known for. Grit means intellectual stamina to withstand, tough times and plant these new ideas and let it snowball into the heart and minds of people across the world. This is grit. What is grace? Grace is the ability to pursue what you are pursuing with a fear of God. Everybody needs grace. The presence of God to enable you to achieve these things are inevitable. The glory is the part of the achievement. Where you now reach, you are giving the baton to the next successive, leaders. That's what we call glory. Glory is not far-fetched. When glory is not there, then leadership is there. There are so many Nelson Mandelas today, they are indabalizing. Now, these are the premises of intellectual indaba as it concerns the intellectual indaba on the global stage. Let's bring it home. As a Nigerian, I posted on Facebook recently about a lady called Sharon. Sharon was or is a 17-year-old lady in Makoko, Lagos. Wonderful lady. At 17, she saw, even though she is the 11th child of her parents, she saw that the fishing business of her father has been hijacked by, third party. This lady, because of the passion for solution, that is what we call intellectual indabalization. The passion for solution, she joined this ICT school. To cut the whole story short, she developed an app where her father's business will start growing from arithmetic level to geometric proportion. An app about people seeing the beauty of her father's business, and they can be buying online to save the father from all manners of hardship. That lady Sharon is an intellectual indaba in Makoko, Lagos. There are several intellectual indabas in Nigeria. For this reason, I'm now appealing to intellectual indaba Nigeria. Intellectual indaba Nigeria. Intellectual indaba Nigeria. These are intellectual indabalization. People indabalizing on the streets, in their homes, in their offices, in their communities, in their classrooms, in their companies, whose idea is an innovation, whose idea is an invention that can shift the challenges of the society to the next level with unchallengeable, with easy solution, with applications as it affects the issues and times of the environment. There are a lot of intellectual indabas in Nigeria. Intellectual indaba, like I said, is beyond reading and writing. Intellectual indaba Nigeria, it's high time the intellectual indaba in Nigeria should rise up together to come together as intellectual indaba Nigeria, I.I.N.G, where thinking Nigerians will be out to solve the challenges of Nigeria. Thinking Nigerians, changing Nigeria. The network of thinking Nigeria, changing Nigeria is intellectual indaba Nigeria. You are watching me, you are seeing me. I am challenging you. Form yourself as a group. Intellectual indaba franchise is ready to give you the license to start operating. Form yourself as a group. Intellectual indaba has come to stay. This franchise of intellectual indaba, as you form yourself in Nigeria, binds the federal government, the state government, local government, everybody will rally around, because the country Nigeria, which we all love, either at home or in diaspora, is in need of intellectual indaba Nigeria. It's high time we start indabalizing in our offices. You have solution. Don't be afraid to assert yourself. The time has come for you to start asserting yourself. Indaba is both intangible and tangible. Nelson Mandela did not invent any idea that you see as a technology. But Nelson Mandela Indaba, is the idea that we are all one. And that statement stood the test of time. And the world is celebrating today without shedding any blood. That is intellectual indaba. If you are a technologist, it's high time you should take your idea from the place of obscurity to the place of glory. Bring your indaba out. Let Nigeria start tapping from your indaba. Like I said, Sharon gave Nigerians a challenge. Some of us graduated from University of Technology, we are ashamed to the cause of technology. Where are the packages? We from University of Technology, direct from University of Technology. As a matter of fact, there is this hues and cry that people from Polytechnic are better than people from university. That is buncom. Whether you are from the Polytechnic, either from the university, once you have reached that apogee of intellectual pursuits, you should be able to give the world something. Otherwise, the likes of Thomas Edison, who just saw 4 months of classroom experiences, gave the world incandescent bulb. He was not a graduate. He did researches to the point that he was mocked, but he stood his ground and indabalized for the good of humanity. Today we are all enjoying incandescent bulbs. Thomas Edison patented 2,000 patents. One is the incandescent bulb, one is what we call celluloid, one is called the car battery. The battery that's running our cars today is from the hand of Thomas Edison. These are intellectual endabas. Wonderful. Now, what about the lives of Archimedes? Archimedes ran away from his battle. He said, Eureka, Eureka, I have found it. He gave us the idea that developed ship that is on the highway today. All the ship cruising on the highway today is intellectual endeavor of Archimedes, the Greek mathematician and a philosopher. What about the likes of the Wright brothers? Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, they were the sons of a reverend pastor. They said, we cannot watch humanity go down the drain. They were gifted in mechanics and mathematics. They only saw school to standard 3. Standard 3 in America here is like you saying, JSS 3 in Nigeria. They only stopped at JSS 3. And they went and they gave the world aeroplane. In 1903, they test-run their aeroplane. And today it is history. The fastest means of transportation today is what? The indabalization of the right